So listen, as you are growing in your business, your ministry, you're going to have quite a few more demands, tasks, and you're going to get to a place where you're going to need to start scaling, okay? Even when it looks impossible to scale, you're going to have to scale by faith, okay? That means branch out and find other sources that you could delegate some of your things to, so that you yourself can focus on the meat, okay, of your business or ministry. You're going to have to trust people. Trust me, I know it's hard. So, quick testimony / revelation. So I was listening to this book called Just Do It or Either Do It. It has a yellow cover. You can listen to it for free on YouTube. I haven't listened to the whole thing. Disclaimer, it does have a little bit of cussing in it. He says the S word quite a few times, and I know we saved over here. But you listen to the book, it's about overcoming procrastination. And he was talking about how we need, whenever we have a thought or an idea to do something, we need to just do it. Like, get over, don't allow decision fatigue to creep in. So as I'm growing in my business as a digital product creator, and I provide digital services for businesses and ministry leaders, I find myself booked, right? And being that I'm booked, I'm looking at my schedule and I'm like, people are inquiring services of me, and I'm like, oh, typically, let's say I have a workbook of about 30-40 pages that I need to make. It'll probably take me about 3 days max to do it. But when my schedule is full, so to say, I begin to extend those delivery times. So now, instead of 3 days, I max it out to 7 days. And it makes sense as I'm saying it, right? It makes sense. Okay, of course, girl, you busy. Draw out those delivery times so that you can compensate and make sure you have their stuff done on time. So, case in point, that's what I'm doing. I just had this guy reach out last week. He needed 2 workbooks done. Both of them were going to be under 60 pages. Typically, it might take 7 days to do both of them, to do one. And that's just to give time a buffer. Like, I could sit and do it in a day. But I said, all right, well, he wanted me to have it done on the 26th. And I was like, no, ain't no way possible. Ain't no way possible it's going to be done on the 26th. Period. And so he was like, all right, that's cool. And I gave him a more realistic date of the 31st. And he's like, okay, that's fine, because I really don't need it until the 6th of September. But I wanted to give time for changes and all that extra stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, I don't start working on his book until yesterday, which was the 20, what's today? Which was the 20, man, what is today? Monday was the 26th, 27th, the 27th. So I ain't start working on his book until the 27th. And I got it done in 2 hours. So I'm like, wait a minute. Something has to give. Why am I stretching out these delivery times? And this is not the only instance that has happened, but this is the instance that I'm like, wait, this math is not mathing. So all I'm doing is drawing out the time and end up procrastinating, working on other things here, and there, when I could be boom, 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 getting these projects out, if that makes sense. Instead of prolonging the time because I feel like I'm not going to get it done in that 3 day or that 7 day base timeline. So I was like, you know what, moving forward, we're just going to keep whatever deadline I have set, delivery timeline I have set, that's the timeline I'm going to stick to. and we'll see how it moves from there. But I guarantee you none of those orders will be late, because as I was extending the timelines, this is for every order, I find myself working on it right when it's like 2 or 3 days before delivery. So it's like, what did you extend the timeline for, NaQuandra? All you're doing is putting your own self behind. And I think it comes from inadequacy, right? Doubting myself, not really pushing myself, trying to stay in a place of comfort where things make sense. But things are not going to make sense when you're running multi-million-dollar businesses. You got to go with the going. You got to be able to take risks. You got to produce and put things out. You got to run systems that are fast and efficient. Fast and efficient. And so this is the place to start. So if you're feeling stretched right now in your business, and then I'll even go to tell this part of my journey as well. Years ago, I very prone to just trying new stuff when it comes to business and stuff, because I, creative, like, oh, we can sell this and make some money. Oh, we can do this and make some money. What? We ain't got to do this for free. People gonna buy this or whatever. I'm saying that very lightly. But I started making t-shirts, then started doing custom t-shirts. And when it got hard, like when orders were coming in and they kept getting more complex and more complex, instead of challenging myself to scale, right? Get better equipment, invest, get better equipment, take courses to learn new skills on how I can do things differently, I quit. I pivoted. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing custom orders no more. I can't handle it. I could handle it, but in my limited thinking, I went with that and I was like, I can't handle it. It's too much. It's causing me stress. But that stress was healthy. That stress was a stretching. It was the demand that the customers were putting on me were requiring me to do more, to pull out more, right? And so every time with all of my business ventures, every time I got to a place where stuff was getting hard or the stretch began to happen, I would pivot. And so therefore, take up no ground, therefore make no progress. Find myself starting all over from square one with another thing. Where's the growth in that? Of course, they're all learned experiences, and the Lord wastes nothing. Everything has been working out for the good of those who love the Lord, right? But where is the progress? Where is the growth? So when it gets tough, when you feel, I ain't gonna say when it gets tough, when you feel the stretching, embrace the stretch. Because in the stretching, that's when you grow. That's when your reach can expand. Your skills can expand. If you're like me, I think very orderly. And everything has to be structured. So when it's time for me to branch out and learn something new, it's hard for me to kind of do that in the spur of a moment all the time. Like, especially when it's something complex, it's hard for me to do that like in the spur of a moment. And so some people are good like that. They can drop something, learn. These folks was about to hit me. Did y'all see that? They can drop something, learn it, and run with it. I can't do that. I have to really sit and learn the thing and then put it into practice. And so you have to know how you work. Life responsibilities are not an excuse for you to run from the stretching. It's not, because life is not going to stop happening. Stuff is not going to stop happening, okay? So waiting for the perfect time, that's procrastination. Perfectionism is procrastination. It is. Waiting for the perfect time, there is no perfect time. Wait until things calm down, there is no things calm down, okay? Let's plan so that we can effectively execute the plan. And let's leave margin for when life goes awry. Let's leave margin for that, but don't neglect the plan. Don't neglect the stretching. Don't run from it because it's putting a demand on you. That demand is helping you grow and learn. Most people don't get past this barrier in their business. They quit. They're like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. This is a bit much. So like, I ain't signed up for all this. Most people don't get past this part of stretching. I kept going in circles at this moment, at this mark. I could be like, you know what? I'm not going to make workbooks over 30 pages anymore. I'm just going to make 20-page workbooks, and we're going to leave it at 7 days and do whatever. No. No. That's not the mindset to have. You should be asking, how can I be better? How can I make my business better? How can I be better myself every day? Amen. So I hope that makes sense for you and encourage you, gave you some strategy on how to embrace the stretching in this season. It's very, very necessary. It's very, very necessary. Talk to you later. Bring some friends to our community. Prayerfully, things are going to start revving up. I hope that you have been enjoying season 1 of the Purpose Place podcast. So far, we've had Shamir on as a guest, the premier chef, and the episode aired of me sharing my testimony of my entrepreneurial journey, how I got to this moment in life is here. So yeah, I hope that you're enjoying it, and we'll be talking soon.